Good day, teacher. Oral presentation 2. Careers, Tourism and Risk. Technical English 4. Members, Álvarez Triana, Villarreal Yaricela, Duarte Rebeca, Domínguez Yuleidis, Díaz Gerardo. Introduction. Difficulties in defining and understanding risks are often associated with police that fail to protect tourists efficiently is vulnerable to other actors makes it not only an easy prey for local crime or terrorist attacks, but the industry and the thousands of jobs on which destiny depends on its well-being to this. Therefore, it is necessary in the first instance to conceptually discuss what irrigation is classified then according to their consequence on people and the established efficient monitoring plans to improve public space and its safe. Tourism and economic factors. Tourism is one of the key engines of the economy of many countries in the world. The number of tourists visiting different countries continues to increase year after year and generates a very number of professions related to this activity. The type of tourism is also heterogeneous all over the world. Many different types destinations are offered for budgets, and visitors are not only focused on the big cities due to the fact that tourism is the engine of the economy worldwide. When there is such a large decline causing millions in loss, the initiative of the eCare app is given to give life back to the tourist sector. With an economic recession at the global level due to the coronavirus crisis, depends on the use of technology to revive the key sector are beginning to be now. He-Card app for post-COVID-19 tourists. In the Iberian Peninsula, the launch of the app He-Card was announced as the global application of tourists with blockchain technology to help the main income sector to reboot its economy through the commitment of a local proposal between different actors in the aviation sector, civil and tourism. Antonio Lopez de Avila CEO and co-founder of Tourist Data Driven Solutions, TDDAs, is the person behind the idea which, together with the Higher Institute of Castilla y León and experts from civil aviation have developed the application to start working in August 2020 when the end of mobility restrictions due to COVID-19 is expected.
The proposal have been well received by the organization involved with the two important industries such as aviation and tourism, to the point that the World Tourist Organization and IATA have immediately agreed to implement it worldwide. The World Tourist Organization is supporting the initiative of a mobile application that stores medical records and that is supported by the blockchain, the guarantee the immunity of the health that enter. There of the passengers, tourists who wishes to board tourist flight as part of the effort to reduce the risk of contagions by COVID-19. HiCar is part of the solution that the World Tourism Organization is supporting to reduce the impact of COVID-19 and help the sector recover around the world. The first test is expected to be carried out next July with flight to the Canary Islands before its final implementation in August. In a sector hit by the pandemic, where the International Civil Aviation Authority IATA reports losses in industry revenue from air traffic restriction of about 314 billion dollars. The app called by parts of the solution to speed up the recovery of the airline industry and the tourism sector for the second half of the year. In addition, the implications of the coronavirus are already being felt in jobs within the civil aeronautical sectors, with an estimate of 25 million jobs lost, where in Latin America is beginning to be reflected with the new of decimal of 1,400 people from the Latin airline in the breach of Colombia, Peru, Chile, and Ecuador. Thus, the possibility of creating false profiles or manipulation medical records is avoided. Users ask these entities to directly store the information in an encrypted and secure way in their profile using the blockchain. Ibiza Safe is the name of the project based on a health passport that promotes post-coronavirus tourists. The usage of health passport the guarantee the mobility of millions of tourists seems to be reality thanks to blockchain technology. The HiCar Health Passport project with blockchain technology will be begin implemented in the tourist regions of Ibiza to boost tourism is post-COVID-19 times. With the ongoing measure of the HiCar's mobile application under blockchain technology, it is intended to reduce the risk of contagions and give an immediate response to possible outbreaks of the coronavirus.
According to the official note on the TDDS blog, the mobile application stores medical records and will allow travelers to travel safely and in full control of their data at all times due to encryption on a blockchain based in Europe. The advantage of the application is that it allows immutability and decentralized control of the owner's digital data, while allowing them to travel with greater security. Among the data that can be loaded into the application are from CPR text to discard COVID-19 to all kinds of certificates and health records such as vaccines, allergic, chronic disease, among others. With the Ibiza Safe initiative launched by the hotel chain in the Iberian region, it is expected to recover tourism, a crucial activity not only for this region but in the whole of Spain and around the world. According to the statement, the project aims to promote the recovery of tourism activity, promote confidence, the destination adapting to the new reality. According to UNWTO data, international tourism lost around 195 million between January and April of this year to the health situation of compulsory isolation through the planet. According to the international report, tourist arrivals decreased 44% worldwide,
with a 97% drop in international tourists arrived only in the month of April, to the introduction of generalized travel restrictions in almost all countries corner. That is why the use of health passports under blockchain technology has been promoted as a vital tool to boost tourism in time of pandemic by the world body in charge of the sector. This is vital that the restart of tourism is a priority and it is managed responsibility, protecting the most vulnerable and with health and safety as the main concern of the sector, said UNWTO Secretary General Surav Pololisakivili. Digital transformation, what is it and its importance and relationship with the data? As a first definition, we could say that digital transformation is the application of digital capabilities to process products and to improve efficiency, improve customers, manage risks, and discover new generation opportunities. By digital capabilities, we mean those that are electronics, science, data driven, quantify, instrumental, calculate, and quite possibilities. What is digital transformation? Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology in all areas of a company, fundamentally changing the way it operates and provides to the customers. It is also a cultural shift that requires organization to constantly change the status, experiment, and feel comfortable with it. Digital transformation may involve reworking product, process, and strategies with the organization by digital technology. As such, digital transformation requires an examination and reinvention of most, if not all, areas with an organization of supply chain and co-workflow, the skills of employees, as well as board level discuss process directive, customers interacts and their value to schedules.
Tourists at risk. The confinement caused by the COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to wait this day at a state of tourism tension. Anxiety, fear, and apathy has been generated in the general population. We cannot stop talking about over information or infodemic about this deadly coronavirus that can generate stress, anguish, anxiety, and concern in us. Some questions we should ask ourselves are: what will happen when the pandemic ends? Have we thought about going on vacation to regain mental health? Will we think of going on vacation as a logical reaction to lockdown? Where to go? What are safe places? What guarantees will tourism service providers of use? What hotel or restaurant often use health measures that were guarding of safety? What will be our perception of risk in this experience? We have received countless information about the problems generated by the pandemic in relation to tourism,
Here are some brief facts taken from a report by the World Tourism Organization. The World Tourism Organization has warned that international tourism could fall by 6 to 8 in 2020 as a result of the SARS-CoV coronavirus pandemic. Tourism has received a severe blow and millions of jobs are at risk in one of the sectors of the economy that employs the most labor, warned UNTO Secretary General Surab Political. This report is not optimistic, and if we plan to go on vacation after this never before lived experience of continent, what will our perception of risk be? Let's take a trip to the imaginary the new day, the rebirth, we regain freedom. In this way, they manage three possible dates for the gradual opening of international borders. The first, which will mean the realization of travel restrictions and the beginning of July, will mean a drop of 50. The second, in early September, will lead to 70 loss in international tourists, a percentage that will be around 80 in the event that the restrictions begin to be relaxed. Only in early December. This report is not optimistic, and if we plan to go on vacation after this never before lived experience, confinement, what would our perception of risk be? Let's take a trip to the imaginary. The new day, the rebel, we regain freedom.
We are going to feel cheerful and happy after being locked on the 3 or 4 months we were to go. Maybe you want to see other members of your family return to your work. Your routine goal to sure take short trips and the safe destination, clean destination that offer health and physical security. Maybe to go vacation and break confidence. The sun, the fill the sky, feel free but always to the experience. You will have perception of risk the way you feel during time of lockdown. Tourists will make travel decisions for reasons of the traditional ones. The person and represent the fear of the negative consequences that arise from the purchase of the tourist proof of service. Clear information will to be altered that break with the perception of risk. For the general society, these tourists proof of service and carry out information, psychological risk, social risk, economic risk, and the most important, health risk. Let's talk about each one and give some recommendations to reduce the perception. Performance risk this the one place where this should go if not what we expect and different from the photo that advertises. The reduced risk important to book and replace professional service and that clearly establish their communication and promotion that we going to quarantine the safety and attendance. To reduce this risk consult with friend, expert, doctor, travel agent about where they less risk of contracting the famous coronavirus. Physical risk. This is another common concern of the consumer tourism product. The risk is suffering mishap accident to the lack appropriation facilities. In this case, is a combination check website of the place resource that shows facility will not have an accident after the maximum necessary security measures. The social risk to tourists affect the operation of other people in this case to go vacation after pandemic as well both consumers and touring service you might think. What my family, my friends, my comrades say, they will say that irresponsibly will affect me. To reduce the protection of free discuss with your friends and family the place where you want to spend a few days. This will reduce your protection the social risk, financial risk, faced with process of purchase tourism service. This will be one of the most common risks you might be thinking are why paying more than necessary to solve or fast installation of the tour of that after paying for the product or service. We did not provide solution to our problem. It really worth investing with going on vacation will be paying or the after me will it pay that has calculated. Take advantage of Outer Council, the Federal Consumer Protection Office, and the Association of Business charge you to vacation only is a certificate and will calculate in tourist plans like hotel and restaurant and more like after good deal. Health risk is the most important risk given the condition we are experiencing with cold. Therefore, I come to place where they are the prepared to receive tourists in their sanitary condition. Do you alter my security protocols? What should we do? The Manhattan Segregation Botanical relief bodies that after the tourists the quarantine that this norm and respect should place with few people and the medical service while the short tourist service to the risk during after pandemic. According to Benjamin Diaz, an expert tourist with an international doctorate in tourism on the University of Mexico, there are the three actions that should be taken into account. Regulatory process, product development, and promotion, just in this order. General health security protocol in hotel, restaurant, and tourist center, your quality and health security seal. The regulatory process must be established in a sanitary certification code set by tourism service provider and the coordination with community health of the Ministry of Tourism. Provider role on the regulation communicate in the media group website. It will make objective development and healthy security protocol for and the tourism destination. Reorganize the staff of the federal local ministry in the priority task of regulatory verification. In addition, on training local representative authorities develop and the health and safe certificate issued of the local federal authority. Conclusion: Touring and risk professionals in the keeping of them and cooperation with public authorities. They will ensure the safe accident prevention, sanitary protection, and food hygiene of those with their service. They will be concerned about existing insurance and assist system. They will assume regulation account in accordance with the monetary national regulation and when provided to pay a compensation of the non-complete with their the press and the particular discriminatory press and the other media, including modern media, they will audit provision, prices and release indication to the consumer tourist service that the new communication electronic commerce technology will be developing and used like the press and other media.